Now, just a disclaimer, basically, the names like Agehamiya, Miyamarena, or anything pertaining to Pretty Rhythm, it's all rights to respective owners. This is just a fan story created based on the Pretty Rhythm Dear My Future timeline. Hello, this is Midori Kaizen93, and this is going to be a live reading of the Prism Chronicles Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Sheer Coincidence. I soon got back up and said, sorry about that, just didn't look where I was going. She looked at me and said, don't worry about it, as she ran off. As that happened, I said, I believe that you'll be the best in the world, Mia. And as she heard that, she came right back and asked if I said Mia just then. I said I did. And she said, of course I will. It's in my future. As she ran off once again. That moment had me frozen for a few moments, but then I realized that I had to get back home. The night of, I wondered if it was fate again, telling me not to let go of that moment. After a week, there was some commotion about how there is a Prism Star in our school. I quietly moved to my seat as I listened, and they said the Prism Star's name is Miyamarena. She was a year younger than me, but in the same grade, and she had light brown hair. I was shocked to hear that. A Prism Star in our school? How interesting and very exciting to hear. But as I sat down, someone asked me, Hey, what do you think about that, Midori-kun? I looked up to see that it was my friend Hadako-chan, and she's even more of a Prism show fan than me. Her favorite is Harune Aro, and that I'm on Mia's side to defeat Aro, I'm not sure how to feel. I then answered back, saying, well, that's great. I so want to meet her. Once the changing of classes came, I was going to my next class when I saw her pass by me. I remembered back to the dream, and it came to me that she was in it as well, wearing an all-black outfit. I then called out, Reina-san, and she turned. Her eyes were purple just like Mia's, and then it just came out, Hey, do you know Agehamiya by chance? Her eyebrows perked, and she said, Meet me at lunch. We'll talk about this then, as she walked off. The time for lunch then came, and I walked to the roof to see Reina sitting and waved for me to come sit. I then got over there, and she asked, How do you know Mia? And I quickly answered, I saw it in a dream. She laughed it off and said, What? How is that possible? But then I rebutted and said, It is, believe me. Reina then paused to eat a bit, and the silence of the wind was deafening. She then asked, Tell me about this dream you had. I began to speak, and she said, said, She, you, and two others were there, and you were all dancing and singing like Prism Stars. Believe me. She then said, Well, I guess if you're that passionate about it, I'll believe you, and I'll let you in on one thing. She actually challenged Mars on her own, like she said. I then wanted to listen in on the rest, but then she said, But that's a story for another day. Nice to meet you. I then said, Midori. Midori Kiroku's the name. A year your senpai. And she said, All right, see you later, Midori-san. And the day moved on. To be continued. Thank you very much for listening in on this, and I will see you guys later.